If you're looking for an ergo shape, but the EC2 is too big of a mouse for you, then the Outset AX might just be the perfect ergo mouse for you. Before the video starts, I would like to say thank you to Vaxee for sending this out to me. Even though I got a review copy, this will not impact any of my thoughts or opinions in this video. The Outset AX has a small to medium-sized ergo shape. The dimensions are actually fairly similar to popular ergo mice such as the Razer Death Adder V3, Zowie EC2, and the Pulsar X Elite. But it is definitely shorter in length, and that actually sort of suits my hand pretty well. Compared to the Zowie EC2, the Outset AX has the exact same hump, which is great for palm support. However, it is a little bit shorter in length. This makes the AX sit comfortably in my hand and fills up most of my palm. With this shape, it is a little bit more ideal for claw or palm, as I sort of find that the hump just sort of stops me from comfortably fingertip gripping in game. The AX is 73 grams and it is on the heavier side for modern gaming mice, but I actually find the weight distribution to be really balanced, and in game it's not too noticeable. The Outset AX uses the PAW 3395 optical sensor, and it is plug and play. You're going to find most of your customization options on the bottom of the mouse. There are choices of 125, 500, 1000, and soon to be 4000 polling, if I remember the Vaxee tweet correctly. Also on the bottom is where you're going to be changing your debounce and DPI. DPI, you have the basic options 400, 800, 1600, and 3200. And for the debounce time, you are sort of limited to 2, 3, 4, 6, and 8. I would make sure if you're having trouble with things such as motion sake, debounce, DPI, make sure you are reading the manual that does come with the mouse. Vaxee is a little bit confusing without some of the stuff, but just read the manual. It's really straightforward. The Outset AX has almost zero pre and post travel before and after actuation. This gives mouse 1 and mouse 2 really extremely crisp and tactile clicks. After trying all the Vaxee mice, including the XC and NPO1S, I would have to say that the AX definitely has the best click implementation. The response feels instantaneous with absolutely zero mushiness, a really even clicking feeling all across both mouse 1 and mouse 2. They are firm to press, easy to spam, and does not have any of the slam issues that there used to be. The side buttons do feel very tactile with a little bit of post travel afterwards, but I haven't really noticed this in game. It's not that big of a deal in my opinion. The side buttons are definitely similar to Razer's quality side button implementation. My only complaint about the side buttons is that I wish that they were a little bit thicker. They are sort of on the thinner side. However, this is just sort of personal preference. You may like thinner side buttons, and that's completely okay. The scroll wheel steps feel deliberate and defined, with enough resistance that you're not going to accidentally knock it while playing. However, it's not quite as loud or as jittery almost as the EC2. Just like the clicks, the AX scroll wheel is by far the favorite out of all of the Vaxee wireless mice that I've tried. Even though the mouse is 73 grams, it does feel really good in game. I find the weight to be really centered between my thumb and my pinky. The only thing I would really have to say is replace your stock skates. If you're looking for aftermarket skates, I can definitely recommend X-Ray Pad. I always recommend their products just because I think they're the most consistent and work with all of the products that I've tested. When it comes to wireless performance, the Outset AX matches the best wireless gaming mice I've tested. There's practically zero motion delay or input lag, even with the 1000 Hertz polling rate. I used to be a big advocate for 4000 polling, but after some maturity and some growing up, I have realized that I would just rather have a really solid 1K implementation. The tracking feels raw and consistent with zero instabilities. The wireless feels really optimized, and there doesn't really seem to be any issues. Now, it's important to remember, and this is similar for some of the other Vaxee mice, but the AX has the option to switch between 3 different modes. modes. You've got standard mode, competitive mode, and the third option of using motion sync. When it comes to Vaxee mice, I generally recommend using the competitive mode for the best responsiveness and performance. The only downside is that you will drain your battery. If you are worried about battery, I wouldn't really worry about it that much. Vaxee is always really consistent when it comes to their batteries. They are always long lasting, and even though I have always been using this in competitive mode, it usually lasts me up to 2 weeks. After using the mouse for about 2 months, I'm really happy to say that the Outset AX is definitely another top-notch ergo mouse that follows Vaxee's trend of releasing really high-quality mice. I would have to say shape-wise, I would still personally use an EC2 or EC3, but for Switch implementation and everything else, I would probably have to go with the Outset AX. For my hybrid and changing grip style along with smaller hand size, the length is perfect. However, the really large hump is definitely a drawback. Whenever someone asks me about the size, I like to say that the AX has the length of the EC3, but the hump of the EC2, and I definitely think this is true. With this combination, I'm just not a huge fan personally. If it was sort of one or the other, I think it would be great, but overall, I think an EC3 probably would be better for me. For $120, you are getting one of the top ergo mice in the entire market, and with 4K coming soon, I'm really happy to recommend this mouse if you are looking for a shorter length but a big and aggressive hump. I think Vaxee hit it out of the park with in-game feel as well as updated internals and just like consistent improvements, and I'm really excited to see the 4K eventually come out and whatever mouse Vaxee has in the future. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Outset AX. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support, and thank you for 1,000 subscribers. My next video is hopefully going to be either a big mousepad roundup or it is going to be another mouse review of the M800. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next one.